Hi all, happy Wednesday. I hope you're all well and you're doing okay with your maths. I had a meeting after school yesterday, or after school today. I say yesterday because of course it's Wednesday for you. So I had a quick look at your stuff that you've put on the portfolio, and I will have a proper look a little bit later when I finished here and had some tea. So I'm just going to go through the maths for today. I hope you managed to get it, and like I say, even if you're not sure and you need to look at the answer video to try and get the understanding, because sometimes that's what happens. Sometimes you need to look at the answer, and when you've looked at the answer and how it's been worked out, you can then work out how to do it yourself. So that's absolutely fine. Please do that. Okay, so yesterday we looked at changing improper fractions into mixed numbers. Today, it's the other way around. So we're going to look at mixed numbers and we're going to change them into improper fractions. And the reason we're doing that is to show that we can do it both ways. Because if you can do it one way, okay, but if you can do it both ways, then that will help and it will show that you have the skills and the ability to do it either way. Alright, so we're going to look at mixed numbers to improper fractions. Get ready. Okay, so make sure you've got a piece of paper. If you've got a piece of paper and a pencil, get ready for our quick only three this time. 3 problems to solve. So write the fraction as an improper fraction, the top one. Number 2, you need to write the fraction again as an improper fraction. And then number 3, complete the part-whole models. I'm going to give you a little bit of time. In fact, if you want to, you can pause this and have a go. And then what I can do is then go on and answer them or have a go through them. Okay, so we look at number 1. So it says, write this fraction as an improper fraction. So we know that if we're going to get a fraction, we need to count all the parts. So we're working in thirds basically, aren't we? Yeah, because there's 1, 2, 3 parts. Okay, so we're working in thirds. So then what we have to do is we have to work out how many of those thirds are shaded. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm thinking that the answer to this number 1 is 4 thirds. Yeah, okay. And so we do the same down here. This time we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4. So we don't say fourths, do we? Well, I have in the past. We say quarters. All right, so we know we're working in quarters. So then we do is we know that is going to be. So if we've got 4, remember that's going to be the denominator. 4 is going to be the denominator. Remember, it's all of the parts are always the denominator. When we're up here, there are 3 parts, so that's the denominator. Okay, so we're working with quarters. So then what we need to do is we need to count how many parts are shaded. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the answer would be 9 quarters. Of course, if it wasn't an improper fraction, it would be 2 wholes and 1 quarter. But it's not, because actually we're working with improper fractions today. So it is 9 quarters. These down here are a little bit different. So we've got this number up here should show the improper fraction, because if we look at this down here, that's basically 1 whole and 3/5. What we need to do is we need to work out what this fraction is going to be up here, the improper fraction. So we know that this doesn't change. The denominator stays the same. So it is there. It's going to be a 5th. Okay. So then what we need to do is we need to add that to get the numerator. So 5 add 3, and that would give us 8. So the answer is 8/5. This one over here is a little bit different because we've got the improper fraction here, and we've got this fraction here. And this fraction here is 6/6, which of course would be a whole one. Alright, and this one here is 11/6. So we need to work out what fraction is going to go in there. So that, the denominator, is going to be 6, and that will go there. We know that is not going to change. So we know the denominator, the bottom number, is 6. So now we've got to work out what the top number is. And to do that, we've already got 6 there, but we need to make 11. So we can count on from 6 to 11 to get our answer. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 5. So I'm thinking this one is going to be 5, 6. And there we go. That's the answer. Alright? Hopefully you would have done those. And if you haven't, if you've gone through with me there, that's fine. As long as you've sort of got a bit of a grasp on it, because we'll be looking at some of these questions as we go through. So let's learn. Love that. Let's learn. Okay, so we have 2 bars. First of all, we look at what are we working in. There are 2 sections, so we're working in, we don't say twos, do we? We're working in halves. So there we go. There we go. That is the denominator. The denominator is the amount of sections there are. Okay. And now what we need to do is to work out what is going to be the numerator. Remember, they are going to be the shaded parts. So 1, 2, 3. So I'm thinking this is going to be 3 halves. There you go. Do you know what I'm learning? I'm getting better at this as well. I've not taught year 5 before. So some of this stuff is new to me. So this is an improper fraction, which we've been talking about and we know about from previous lessons. An improper fraction is where the numerator, the top number, is greater than the denominator, the bottom number. Yeah. There we go. So we know that that is 1 and 1 half. 1 and a half. This is a mixed number, and this is what we used yesterday. Remember yesterday what we were doing is we were converting this number here, which is an improper fraction, into a mixed number. And this is a number with a whole and a fraction. Okay, now we've got a part-whole model here. So at the bottom we've got 2, which is the whole number, and we've got 1/4. Okay, and so up here you'd think we could have 2 1/4. Yeah, just like that. But what we want to do is we want to change that 2 1/4 into an improper fraction. Alright, so we know this is the denominator, so this is going to be the number at the bottom. This isn't going to change, so we know that's going to be 4. Alright, and then what we can do is we can count how many parts are shaded. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there are 9 quarters that are shaded. Quarters, add 4 quarters, add 1/4 equals 9 quarters. They did that quite a long way round, didn't they? We did it just by counting them all. We could have done it like that. But that seems quite a long-winded way of doing it. Right, so now we've got this mixed number, and we need to convert this into an improper fraction. So at the moment we've got 3 5/8. So we know that we are dealing with 8ths. So the denominator is going to be 8. Okay, it's going to be 8. So now what we need to do is we need to count all those shaded parts. So have a little count. See if you can work out how many there are. Okay, did anyone get 29? Because I think that's what I got. I think the answer is 29/8. 8 at 8/8, add another 8/8, 8, 16, 24. Add 5/8 equals 29/8. Spot on. Doing well at this, aren't I? So have a little go at the questions, number 1 and 2 on your worksheet. They should be very similar to that. Once you've done that, come back. If you're not sure when you're having a go at that, and if you're not sure about those questions, please go pop on over, have a little look at my answer video, and that may help you even more. Alright, and you can do that, you are allowed. But I keep saying that, I keep reiterating it, but please do go and have a little look. If you're not sure, look at the answer video. That will help you to understand even further. Right, let's move on and see where we are next. Okay. Right, so now it's a bit harder because we don't have that visual clue. We've got convert this mixed number into an improper fraction. Okay. So we've got 5 and 1/6. Okay, and we do have the visual clue now, so thank you very much for that. Okay, so we've got 5 and 1/6. So what we can do is we say, right, we know this denominator is going to stay the same, whatever. So we're going to put a 6 there. Okay, 6 will go there. And then we need a line now, but we need to work out what the numerator is. What is it going to be at the top? Okay, and we can do that by going, right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we can count in 6. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, and then we've got this one here. So it's 31/6. That's what I'm thinking. 31/6. There you go. 5 times 6 equals 36. And then we're down the bottom, we've got our little 1/6. So the answer is 31/6. And we can also work that out by going, right, okay, 5 times 6 is 30. Alright, and then we've got 1 left over. So 31/6. Okay, again, 5 equals 36. 36 add 1/6 equals 31/6. Have a little go at this one. See if you can do this on your own. Have a little look. So we've got mixed numbers. We need to convert them into improper fractions. Now, how I would do this is I would say, okay, you could, because we know that this is the denominator, you could draw fifths, and you could draw them out. Or what you could do is write 2 times 5. Remember when we were doing it before, when we were converting the other way, we were dividing. This time we're going to times. So what's 2 times 5? It's 10. Yeah? 2 times 5 is 10. And then we add the 4 to give us 14 fifths. So 2 times 5, there we go, 10 fifths. 10 fifths add 4 fifths is 14 fifths. So we're going to have a little go at this one now, because this is quite a large one. Okay, so we've got 10 whole ones and 5 sixths. So we know we're working with sixths, so you can put a sixth there. Okay, and now what we're going to do is we're going to write 10 times 6 is 60, and we've got this 5 that we need to add to it at the top. So 60 add 5 is 65. So 65 sixths. So far, so good. Very similar to the other way, but of course the other way we're dividing. This time we're using our multiplication skills and times in. So have a go at the rest of the questions on your worksheet. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop on over and I'm going to record the answers on the answer sheet. If you do finish, what I'm going to do as well today, if you do finish, I'm going to upload a little extension task with some extra maths problems for you to solve, and they will be very similar to these, converting the mixed numbers to improper fractions. Okay, I hope that seemed a lot quicker than normally. Normally you have more slides than that, but maybe it's because we're doing so well at the moment you don't need so much input. Go and have a go, and like I say, if you need any extra help when you're doing your worksheet, have a little look at that answer video. That should help you. Thank you very much. See you over there.